Okay. Um. um, okay. So this is class 4, day 4, and if you notice each day we covered, we always build a particular application. So I want to do something different before I move into the model. So the last time we, I think we learned about um, comparison operators. So comparison operators, which include the equals to and the print we use equals to. So that's it, the equals to return a boolean if a certain condition are met. So we use it to check if this is equals to this or else, then it returns boolean. So we also learn about not equals to, uh, which will also return a boolean if the variable from the left is not equals to the one from the right. So we did a transaction, we created a variable, we say transaction if not equals to successful, and you say amount not equals to paid. They also learn about the greater than, where we check if the object from the left is greater than the object from the right, and we also learn about votes and voters, right? Then we also learn about print amount. So quick to check if amount paid is greater than amount paid to. So you know that greater than face the left, while lesser than face the right. So know this so that you understand. This is actually one of the problems I have when I was coming up as a software engineer. And the truth is that even till now I'm having that problem of identifying, distinguishing between the greater than and lesser than. So for people that are like me, uh, so the greater than face the left, lesser than face the right. So you can see that we have lesser than. So we also create a variable age, and we also create status. And let's look at this in a real world application where you want to carry out a transaction. And let's say you want to purchase a particular product, either a phone or iPhone, and you want to do a transfer from your bank to another bank, right? And then the process of doing that, there are three status: pending, are you getting me? Like OPay now, there's sometimes you do carry out execute a transaction in OPay, you will notice that it is pending, right? And you see another one successful, another one failed, right? So in that scenario now, those are three status that will check, the back end code is checking if the transaction is equals to successful, right? And if the transaction equals to pending, if the transaction equals to this. So we are also going to be learning that. In fact, I stand now, Mr. President, assignment don't come, update. President, update. Can you hear me? President. Ah, President, you know there.
Sir, are we recording?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Okay.
Please, where is the president? Someone to reach out to him. I don't know his come class and you go off like that. President, is here now. He's distinguished president. Ah, president, he don't sleep. No. This man at Tinubu said, who should what is the difference? Huh? No, he don't sleep. The guy. The guy,
Sir,
I beg you,
sir.
help me here. This assignment, write it down. No. He has slept off. Yeah. Wow.
Maybe network.
Black said I go find way impeach this president, court leaders. Even if I impeach this man, he's sleeping in the class. You're a president like him.
I will.
Wow. All right. So,
Hello, hi Chief. I can hear you. I was just passing a noisy place.
okay. I thought that you are sleeping. You know they had you.
No,
Yes.
no, I'm still in transit. I'm
Okay, you're
heading
still in
home
transit.
now.
No, let the guy, and he will get back to you. Let him handle what I'm about to say. So the guy, you people want to build an application. So in that application, you have a wallet, right? Unmute now,
Yes, sir.
let the word be flowing. If you are not talking, I be like I'm not. You are not listening. Right now, without a
I'm
wallet,
listening.
you have a wallet. One is credit wallet or deposit wallet, right?
Okay.
So the second, which is a variable, the second is a debit wallet.
The
Debit.
first one is credit, and the other one is debit.
Debit wallet. Yes. Then now you guys are to build a bank app. And that one is account number. Account number, account name, and now you will have list of account numbers. And each of these account number is assigned to your wallet. So you have like 4 account numbers. So in that account number, let's say you want to transfer money from your
Okay.
other account number to another account number. So when you come to the terminal or the input from, you put the account name, then you will now loop into that. Means you need to use either dictionary or anything at all, because we learn about dictionary. So we have list of account number. Each account number is attached to a name. I get me. It's attached to a particular name. Let's say my account number is 002. 002 is Skyline. Are you getting me? So when you want to transfer money from that 002 to another account number, so what you need to do is that you enter the account number. Then when you enter, it will pop up the account name. The account name is also, so click on OK to proceed for transfer. When you click on transfer, click on to transfer, then it will ask you for your own account number that you are transferring. That means if I don't want transferring, they say, okay, write sender depositor account number, which is me. I put my account number. Then it's okay, type amount. In that amount, as you type that amount, it will deduct here from your wallet and credit this account to wallet. And if you try to put what is not on the wallet, like if your wallet is greater than deposit, if your deposit is greater than withdrawal or transfer, what you want to transfer, it will tell you to obtain fund. And each transfer to have 7.5% VAT that will be deducted from your wallet. That means if you have 1,000, you cannot transfer the whole 1,000.
How much VAT?
7.5.
Okay.
7.5% VAT. Yes. So if you have, for instance, if you have, let's say 1K in your wallet, deposit wallet, you cannot transfer the money. They will ask you to fund. Then fund, you can also fund. So when you go to fund, they'll ask you to fund. So, but for you, if you want to fund, you type 1, like you have command, press 1 to fund. So when you press 1, it will call that command, that prompt. You understand? Now you see press 2 for the deposit or transfer. Press 2 to transfer. When you press click on transfer, it will run that transfer code. Are you getting me? Then press 5 to check wallet balance. Maybe you press 5, your wallet balance will show. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
That is the app. If you have any question. People to ask. Use prompts to build the app. And this app will be defended by all the cohorts. I will personally monitor the defense of this project. So we are defending it next week. Next week, Monday, we'll start our defense. Monday, Tuesday will not be defense because I have class Tuesday. Then, if we cannot finish that Monday, Wednesday is class. Thursday we start and Friday we finish up. Next week. Not this week. This week, not this week Monday. Next week, Monday. Any question? So that I will start with the class.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, my network is really disturbing, so I was wondering if someone can help us and post it on the group, on the forum. So I didn't hear.
Is it the guy on Torrents?
His Terence.
No, the guy is recording now. The guy is. I'm even recording the assignment.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm recording the assignment. So that
Then
is it.
another please, sir. After the recording, can we have it early? Because this last class, I think it was today that it was uploaded.
I uploaded it that day. Just that
No,
I
I
knew
think
that
it's okay.
I uploaded it that day. I know immediately after the class, they upload them immediately. You know now. It's not that maybe I thought I sent the link to the president. I never knew I didn't send the link to him. So he was calling me, chatting me. Don't say I shall not send that time. Hey, a lot of things don't happen. So it was one letter I copied the link I sent to you. I uploaded this. No, yeah, the whole upload. Immediately I'm done with class. I don't upload. Thank God for this. What is they call it? This new thing. This guy, the guy gave us. Without that, you choke. So, all right. So we don't have much time. We want to know about the next class. Go ahead. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy all this now. I want to copy all this and then move it to class 3. So in this class 3, our projects.py. So let me paste it here. All right. So let me create class 4. Who can tell us the project that we have built from class 1 to class 3? Project. Who can tell us? Huh?
So the question is not clear.
The project that we built. You know, so every class we build project, not the assignment project too. Like the project you built from class 1 to class 3. And that reminds me, people are not engaging on our 120 code. We have about 40 persons here. Please, I beg in the name of God, let's go and engage. Let's go and engage. Every time we have class, I will be posting it. Let's go and engage. Retweet, screenshot your own. I'll use my own screenshot and post and tag this thing. Let's go and engage. I want us to be able to track our progress from 0 to something. That will help. Please. I beg you now. In the name of God. All right. So let's go to model. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Let me my phone, please. Please get me my phone. All right. So that should be. I think we've done comments. We've done variable, right? Are we done variable? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Data types.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We've done numbers, right?
Yes, sir.
We've done string.
Yes, sir.
We've done boolean.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
We've
sir.
done operators, logical operators,
sir.
comparison
Yes, sir.
operators. We've done lists.
Yes, sir.
The tuple, I asked you to go and read about tuple and sets. Have you guys done that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next class, we will go and
No, sir.
project the top.
Yes, sir.
We've done dictionaries. We've done if else. We are not done while loop. We are not done for loop, which are going. We are not done function. So today I'm going to talk about model. We'll talk about function later. But I'm talking about Python model. So I'm following a schema. I don't want to go outside that schema. If you are here, let me say it now. If you are in this class, you don't know any of this from year to year. Run and start watching the video back again. Make sure, see, okay, I'll come up a day for class for it to show you how to think as a programmer and how to work as a programmer, how to solve problem, because we are here to solve real-world problem. Remember, our class for this Python is 100 days, which are about 3 months, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this the one, don't just a day, not the 100 days. Every week we meet. It's 2 days. It's like I will join the days. Because we want to do 3 months. We go spend the whole this year. Normal 3 months. Our normal 3 months is 1 month is 1 month. So 1 month is 1 month. So how many months are we spending this Python?
1 month, 1 month.
It's today 1 month. When
3
is 1
weeks.
month?
3 weeks.
Today we'll make it 1 month. This will make it 1 month, Abi.
3 weeks.
Yes, sir.
So I want us to finish, so at least each week we should finish up with all this. Then we finish up with all this and this. Then we'll start building projects, real project. As we are learning, we are still building. So that's why I like myself. Model. What is model? What is model? Don't mind me, I'm jumping. Oh. So this is what we are learning today. Python model. Hello. All right. Okay, that is on section 23 on your book. We'll learn about model on section 3. All right. Now, what is model? I thought that I put this thing on 3. I'm not going to go for 3 again. Uh-oh. All right. Okay. So, all right. Let's look at model. Models. Not model. Models in Python. Who can tell us what is model? Who can help us out?
I can try.
Yeah.
Okay, I think a module is a set of codes that performs a particular task. Where if you need that task to be performed in your code, you just bring that set of code by maybe using import or something. Just bring it, and your code will now go with the flow.
Okay. Okay. Who can try again? Who can try? Who can try? Can anybody try? Okay, fine then.
Okay.
Anybody try?
Python modules is like a pre-configured Python code that can be imported to make our work more faster, easier. Than it can also be reusable whenever we need it.
Okay. The next person.
Yeah. Hello, sir. Good evening, hi, Chief.
Yeah. Temple run.
Python. Let me not just say Python because almost all programming language uses model. So to me, it's just a set of function or methods that we can import or create to solve or build any particular set of our applications.
Okay.
Did you get what I said?
Yes, yes, I grab.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay, who can tell us again? Another model. Tell us. Tell us. Tell us.
In addition to what every other person have said, it has to is also a file that will have the .py extension.
Dot what?
.py, that's .py. I mean
Okay.
.py now.
Okay. Okay. Why do we use models? Very important. Why do we use models? The more we are building codes, the more larger our code become, the more advanced and robust code we'll be writing. And imagine building a large application, like let's say you want to build a kind of a user authentication of a particular app. What I mean by user authentication has to do with the login, registration, and there are a lot of technology you will be using, right? There are a lot of functionality you will use, and most of these functionality are not created by you. Some people in WordPress, they call it plugins, right? Plugins. Let's say you want to build an authentication where people can have a seamless process when they are registering. So you can integrate what we call social auth. So social auth is a Python package.
Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Yeah.
Oshun, Oshun, Ogo Oshun, Obi Ogun. Respect yourself, senior man. Victor,
I'm sorry for that, sir. Sorry for that.
you are enjoying yourself. You are in the class, you are in the beer parlor. Enjoying. Don't you know I heard what you said? You should bring more meat. You should bring more meat. What are you saying?
I'm sorry for that, sir. Sorry for that.
You give me the meat now. The one you are ordering to bring more meat. Give me more meat. So as I was saying, so in that authentication process you are integrating, you want to your user to be able to log in using their social media or using their they can expect their OH. Now using their Gmail, right? So you maybe you've seen an app where you try to sign up and you see sign up with Facebook, sign up with this. Now, if you are building such robot application and you want to integrate a package, right? You need to install that model. We call them models, right? So model is like a function, and a function created to solve a particular problem. And sometimes Python don't have those functions inbuilt. So you need to import them from a different library, right? You need to import those functions from a different library and use them for a seamless coding. And if you start building those things from scratch, it's going to take a longer time. So you install those packages, then import those models. So the model is like a function, right? So a function that carries out a particular task. So it also help you to have a well organized code. It helps you to have a well structured code. Let's say you want to create a function that does calculation, right? A function that does calculation, and you don't want to use that function just in a particular Python program or Python file. You want to use it across to all your Python projects. You need to import that particular file or that particular extension to that Python project instead of writing it from scratch. So let's say you want to do a calculation. So instead of doing a calculation, just writing the code there, just import. So for you to call a models, you must what? Import that model. It's a function, like regular function, right? Is one import that model from a different directory to another what? Directory. So models are very useful in Python. They are very, very useful. Very, very useful in what? In Python. Now, furthermore, models contain predefined or defined function, such as variables, such as objects, such as classes, such as dictionaries, such as data types. So you build a models to solve a particular extension, a particular need. Then you need to import that model using what we call the import statement to bring that model to another code, another script, or another file. The model may be in a separate file, and you want to make use of that model. You just import that model from that particular file to another file. So that is just the basic overview of what Python models look like. We are going to be moving into robust explanation about the Python model and also see how we can develop our own model. Now we have two types of model. One, we have the inbuilt model, and we have the external models. So models are more or less like a library, They contain functions, like I said, functions. So what you need to do that to get those models, you need to import those models from a different file to another file. So let's look at quickly an overview from here. We'll learn to create and import custom models, right? In Python. And also we'll find different techniques to import and use built-in Python models. So we have built-in Python models. Who can tell me number one built-in Python models? Who can give me example?
Maths.
Math.
Yeah?
Math.
Maths.
What's class?
Import math.
What is it for?
You used to access some built-in methods like absolute is none.
Okay, maths. Okay, maths.
Yeah, math.
Maths, mathematics.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes,
Yes,
maths
sir.
function. Who next?
Box.
Random.
Random. Exactly. Random. Yeah. Good. Fantastic.
Box.
Time.
Time function. Date.
Time.
Yes, sir.
Total.
Good. These are what?
No,
Models.
non-me or what?
Okay, fire down. You are doing well. Yes, sir. So these are different kind of what models that we have. So you can see here, as our program grow bigger, right? It contains many line of code. Instead of putting everything in a single file, we can use models to separate those codes in a separate file as per function. So I've seen it. So as our program grow bigger every time, every day, so our codes program contain a lot of line of code. Imagine having thousands of code in one line. It is crazy. Even you writing it, you will not understand. Then okay, let me show you one of my code here. So that you see the way I'm able to divide my code into different types of functions, different type, and then import them to use those code. So this code actually converts a models to a PDF, right? So after filling the form, you convert it to a model. So it's just like a ticket. So let me show you. Now you can see that I have different kind of folder. Now when we come to this folder, come to this one here. I have what we call the model. So in this model, you notice that I have a lot of imports. So everything import here is a what? Is a model, right? Everything I've imported here is a model. Now this model is a model for time data. So the time data, what time data does is that it automatically calculates time based on days, right? You can see time data is equal to 7. 7 means 7 days, right? Days is equal to 30. 30 means 30 days. So we also have model like here I can see that I created a file here called model, right? Model. Now inside this model, I have functions like generate. So that generates about a digit code that start with Opolo, about 2-digit code, right? You can see I have another function called user model. So the user model is like a database. We have done this thing before now. Database, right? Like a database that creates a user, that accepts the user field. That is one. Then I have another model called faculties, right? Now this is all these you are seeing are classes. Now if I want to import this model to use this model, I'm the one that created this model. It's a customized model. Now come to what we call view. If you go up here, you will see where I have imported that model. Look at it here from .model. So we'll learn about different kind of a way of importing model, right? .model, import user, profile, and faculty. So you can see these are the class I created, and then I'm importing them here to use them as a model. So now imagine me writing all these things in one program, in one of these code. It will be crazy. So it will be very, very crazy. And this is also a model. This can also be a model. Now look at where I import this one to in what we call the URL. Now this registration here, I come to this view. You can see where I import it. You can see where I import from view, import registration. So if I'm to write all this thing in one code, it will be very crazy. I hope it's getting clearer now why we need model. And some models, like I said, some models are inbuilt models, while some models are customized models that created. While some models are you need to install them, right? You need to install those models for you to use them. Those models did not come in as a Python package as installing them. So you have what we call an inbuilt. So sometimes when installing something, like we're installing some browsers or some any other application, it comes with other application. Like those days when we want to install application, they said to install Java, right? You install Java, you install this for you to use that application. But now all those applications are coming as one. So let's say if you want to use a fingerprint now, and you have a fingerprint software, so it will make sure those applications come at once. In a situation where it didn't come with those applications, and you want to make use of such application, you will go and do what? Install them in a library. So when we start learning about Python packages, how we can be able to use already built-in Python packages and use them in order to have a seamless processing in running our program. Any question about the model before I move ahead in doing it practically? I want everybody to be carried along. Any question? Any question? Okay. There is no question. That means we are all following up, Abi. So, like I was saying earlier, as our program grow bigger, it contains many lines of code. Instead of putting everything in a single line, we can use models to separate codes in separate files as per what? Functionality. Exactly what I told you now, right? We've done that practically and we've read it in theory, right? So model is a file that contains code to perform a specific word task. So model contains files such as variable, function, and class. And this is what I just explained here. When it comes to this place, we have function, right? Look at the function. This is what a function. Now we have class. We are not learning about class. We learn about class later. This is a class. In class, we call this one instances, right? So we have variables. These are what? Variables. So like I said, in practical, as I said in practical, here I said that it's a file that contains code to perform a specific task. Now, a model contains what? Variable. We've seen that our model contains a variable, function, class, object, etc. So let's create a model. Now, before we create a model, we will learn how to use Django inbuilt models before we create a word. We start creating our models and learn how to import that word, that models, right? I hope you are together. So we learn how to create that Python models, and before we can then create our own model as well. So let us create a model by typing and saving the following. Now, I'm going to show you how to create a model, practically speaking. Now, before I do that, let's learn how to use Django model. Any of the Django model, I'm taking of the Django model to use. Python models. Who can tell the Python model to use? Python model to use. Python model to use.
Maths.
Okay. Maths.
Box.
Good.
Random.
Okay. Random. Okay. So random. Let me fire down. So a simple Google search here. Python models. You can check it out here. Now, you know, I don't like reading Python documentary because it's really crazy. Yeah, crazy over here. So we can see that now. Remember this model that we are using. They have already created it in Python. Are you aware? They've already created it, right? So, but we are not seeing the code. We are only importing and using it. You can even create. You can create a random, your own random, and call it any name. Then people will be using it. You grab? So we have models. So we can see. We'll see how we can import a models. So we'll create a model with a file, and I'm looking for model to use. So you can see each of this model, the system built-in directory used to find out which names or models this files contain. So you can see here in it. So all right, so then when we start creating our models, then we'll put all the units. I cannot see. I don't like reading Python documentation. It pain my eye.
Well, sorry, the ones in blue, are they not models? I'm just asking, just curious. Can you please go back to the documentation? Go back to the documentation.
I don't like reading this Python model. They pay my eye.
Yeah, scroll down.
Are you scroll down?
Where you were? Yeah, where you were before. No, this not where you were before.
Look at where I am. Is it not on?
Because I was seeing Fibo, that's Fibonacci. Like
okay, Fibo. Look
a
at
function
Fibo,
that was yes. So can we consider these as models?
Yeah, this is a modus. Every import is modus.
Okay.
Everybody is a
Because the
modus.
code was like they show the code because it's like a series of numbers.
This one will confuse you. I'm looking for it will confuse us because we are doing basic. You understand? Let not go a bit advanced.
Okay.
Let go a bit advanced. Okay, let me look at mass, right? Let's import math. Math is one of the popular, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's import the math module and then try to use some of the math module before we start creating our own. So, what of random self? Is it random? Is it not a module? Random is also a module.
Is a model.
We have a lot of modules. Don't mind me. I'm just we have a lot of modules. So let's import both of them, mass and this. All right. So what we are going to do here, import mass. You can see here. Now, this is how you import model, right? So in this model now, okay, AI respect yourself. Now in this model now, there are a lot of things you can do with this model, and we're going to create our own models. Now I want you to know something. Then I call this mass, and then I put dots. So when I put dots, you can see we have a lot of methods, right? These are called what? Methods. So a lot of methods we are using. A lot of methods we are seeing. So we can use any of these methods to achieve whatever we want to achieve. So each of these methods have what they are used for. So let me also import another one like a random, right? So now we've imported random. We are going to be using these two methods. I think we've done a bit about random. So the random function is an inbuilt, has Python inbuilt what models, right? That you can use to make random numbers, right? So if we want to generate, let's say, we want to like thinking to what we can do random. Okay, so in this random we can call print, and then inside this print pass in random dot random. So this random dot random, what happened here is that this will uh this will return random number between 0.1, right, between 0.1 and 0.2 and or whatnot. So we're going to see what's going to happen here. So maybe you print, what do we have? Okay, we need to call this as what? As a function, right? So we put two brackets, then let's reload. So you can see this can only generate float, not integer. Are we communicating? This can only generate what? Float, not an integer. So it can only generate float and not what? Integer. So that's what you are going to see in random. So we only have, it will generate random float from 0 to 0.90, right? That's what it can only be generated. So we're also going to see how we can use this random to build a particular application as well. So another one we're also going to be looking at is The next one we're going to be looking at is we have randoms, right? Inside the random, we have what we call randoms, right? So randoms. So random would generate a number between 0 and what 0.90, while rounded will generate a number between 3, 1, 2. All depends on the parameter that you provided, right? All depends on the parameter that we provided. So in rounded, we can have it here. Okay, you already have it here. So in rounded, we have it here. Let me print. Let me do it normal. Don't know why this man is just bringing everything. We have random rounded, right? Random dot rounded. Now this rounded have what we call starts, and we have what stop, right? So these are the two parameters. Those start here is where the number will start generating. Stop is where it's going to stop. Let's say we want to generate a random number from 10 to 1000, right? So the starting point is where it's starting 10, then 1000 is this, right? So let me clear this. So comment on this, then run this again. You notice that it generates 200 and then it generates what do they call it, 106. So this is generate a particular number between 10. Now I can say it should generate between 2, between 1 to 10, right? And then we load. You can see we have 7, we have 3. Now another assignment. The guy need the update. The guy.
I'm here.
Good and fine. Now you are going to create a game. Are you getting me?
Okay.
And now in this game, so it's actually a guess game. It will ask you to guess from 1 to 100. So you create a random generation where when you create 3, immediately push 1 and enter. The computer inside between that 100, 1 to 100, the computer will generate a number. So if the number you generated is greater than to what the computer generated, they are going to tell you the number you generated is greater than the one the computer generated. Then you print out the number the computer generated and the one you generated. Then they will say try again. Are you getting me? Now if the number you put again is below, is lesser than what the computer generated, they say the number you put is lesser than what the computer generated. So and then if you generate again and get exact number that computer generated, let's say you type 20 and the computer generates 20, you should print out win. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good and fine. So these are 2 assignments. Another update is coming. You know, I like updates.
Sir,
Very well.
I have a question, sir.
Okay.
Sir, how many tries should we give the person?
Good and fine. I love that. Now you can only have 3 attempts. After 3 attempts, the system will tell that you visited your 3 attempts. You understand? If you do 3 attempts, you didn't get anything, you didn't win, they said to tell you that you visited their 3 attempts. Are we communicating? The guy. Didi. The guy. You are talking, I'm not hearing you. Like, yeah. Okay. Can anybody hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Okay,
can hear you.
it's the guy network. All right. So, that is how you can generate random number, right? So, I say start. It's actually a position where it will start, and then stop is where it's going to stop. Let's look at the mass. the mass models. So in the mass models, the mass have quite a very robust models, so which we are going to be seeing. So model like the square root, right? So you can say, come here and say that so we come here, let's look at this. This is a customized model. Okay, this is a model you created. Let's come back. We'll come back to this later. We'll not start creating model. I was thinking we'll have it here, but we'll still have mass. Go to mass. Mass. Go search mass in your file, your material. You get it there. So let's say you want to create a square root, right? So let me say square equals to mass dot. So let's look at square roots, right? So square root is not s. Square root. Now the square root of 100 is what? Square root of 79 is what? Mathematician. All right. Let's print the square, and then I want to comment on this. All right. So the square root of this is 8.88, right? That is the square root. So this method will return a square root of what? Of a number. So now we also have what we call C, right? Let's see, C equals to math.c. So in this math.c, what are we going to see, right? Who can tell me the function of the C? Who can tell me the function of this T?
It's max ceiling, which means it will round it up to the nearest low value.
Good. So this will round the number upward, right? Upward,
yes, sir.
to the nearest integer. Good and fine. So now, let's say we have 2.5. Outside the person that is talking now, can you tell us what is going to be the result of this?
3.
Three.
Good. So let's confirm.
Approximately.
We're going to have what? 3. So let's do one more before we move into writing our own stuff. So let's do one more. What are we doing? Okay, let's do the opposite. The opposite is what? Who can tell us?
Floor.
Floor. Good. We have equals to mass dot floor. So what the result?
2.
Okay. This
2.
Yeah, this will give us 2. It is allowed using this thing. The thing is good though. It will help you. This stuff we are using now. So but very soon when we get to the reason why we are using this to help us to. So what are we going to get here? We are getting through, but that's a lot.
It's above 5, so it is 5, so it will give us 3.
So downward.
If it is 4 now, it will give us 2.
Okay. Let console log print. Sorry. All right. So we have this as 3, right? We have as 2. So that is all for the random. So let me come back here. For at 5, I have inbuilt models. So py. So let me paste this here. All right. So let's move back here. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to create a model, right? Now, a model that does what? So we look at a model we are creating. What are we creating this model? Let's see. Let me think. What model are we going to create? Okay. I'm thinking of a model that we are going to create here. Okay, let's create I'm still thinking of model to create now. Okay, let's just do a very simple thing. A model that adds and subtracts, let's say this model. This model now, right? So let's create a model. Create a model. So we're going to create a model that adds.
I have a question.
Okay.
The former talk we're doing maths.floor. The first one you put 2.5. It's supposed to give 2, but it's giving 3, and I'm not convinced.
Yes, it ran the number downward to the nearest number. So the nearest number within 2.5 is 3.
So it's math.floor we are using.
Yes,
He's giving 2. It's because of he hasn't typed the print earlier. So the first one is the one displaying.
Try it on your home side. Try it on your home side.
Okay, I was seeing 3 before. It just changed. I think it was network.
So what I'm going to do, like I was saying, is that let's do let's see a model that carried out various calculation. Are you getting me? So we are going to create models that carry out various calculation. So let's quickly do that. All right. So I'm going to first create a folder. So inside I'll create a folder called all mod. So inside this folder that I created, all mod, I'm going to create a file. First, to create a model, Python need to know or handle that folder as a model. But if you're not creating a folder, no need to do this. So for you to create a folder, Python need to handle that folder as a model. Now, if you look at this folder that I created here, so when you come here, you will see a folder called init. The folder is empty, nothing is there, right? Init.py. But without this init.py, Python cannot treat this folder as a model. Are we communicating? So every model you are creating must have init if you want that model to be a folder. But if you are creating it as file, there is no need to add what init.py. So init.py would help Python to initialize that model, that particular folder as a model. So we first need to come here, create __int, right? __ dot what? .py. So this is what we have here, init. So init.py will help. Nothing will be there. This is empty, but it will help handle this folder as a model. It's going to help handle this folder as what? As a model. So let's say we want to create a model that carry out the calculation. Like I told you, a model will have a lot of functionalities there, right? Now, let's say we want to create a file here, and come here and create a file car, right? .py. So in this car.py is a file that I have created. So here I'll create different function, right? Mathematical function, right? That does different calculations. So I'm not going to just create one model alone. I'll create different kind of model. Let's say, let me create a model that does calculation. So when you look at this, the schema we have here, we have A, right, plus B. So this A plus B in function, it's usually what we call a placeholder. So let me explain that. We're not doing function now, but let me explain that before I move into writing the code. Let's say here I have a function. If you want to create a function in Python, as the name implies, function, you define that function, right? You define what? The function. So inside that function, you write any name at all, any name for that function. So I will write add sum, right? So that I add sum, you open bracket and close. Then you index it and then you enter. So every code you are writing here must have a function, right? So I will say that this function will be a function that can accept user input, and then in accepting that user input, it will calculate whatever the user is bringing, right? So let's say we have sum 1. So in this sum 1, I have this input 1. So let me not go advanced. So let me say sum 1 plus sum 2. Now this particular sum is undefined because I've not created a variable, right? So what I'm going to do here is that to pass in what I call placeholder. In politics, placeholder is just a position you are giving somebody until the original person is available, all right? So we're going to give you a placeholder to temporarily have any variable there, so that when the original person is available, we can make use of it. So here I can copy this man and put here, comma, and copy some 2 and put here, comma. Then for this man to print out, for you to be able to print this thing out, let's say you need to do what we call return. Now, let me show you how you need to do, why you need to do return. Now, if I call this this function, then I pass in, let me console the log first so that print, right? Then I pass in add sum. So inside this add sum, remember we already done the calculation here. So this can be plus, it can be minus, this can be anything at all. So what we need to do here, we pass in this. So this inside here that are called the parameters. So these are called what? Parameters, right? So a function must have what? A parameter. So a parameter is like a placeholder. So what I'm going to do, I pass in a parameter. And what is the parameter have? I have some 1. Some 1 here, I can say some here can be 10. Some 2 here can be 20. So what it means here is that some 1 is replaced to 10, some 2 is replaced what? To 20. Now if I console if I'm to print this, we need to bring this to our main for it to function very well. So let me copy it to our main. So main, I pass it there now. Now for me to print this, if I come here and run, you notice that I am having what? What am I having? None, right? Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
can somebody tell me the reason why I'm having none? Yeah? Who can tell me why I'm having none?
Sir, because we are not returning anything.
What is return?
Well, we are not. We just call the function. In the function itself, we didn't ask it to return anything for us. We don't ask him to. We just say it should add. After adding, what should it do then? We did not specify.
So what is return?
So return simply means after your function has done all the calculations you asked it to do, it should now give the result of that function, or the result of that calculation, back to the calling function. So that when you call it, that thing you give to the function, when you call the function name, it should return, it should print out that thing you have given it to hold.
Now return does 2 things, right? Number 1, a return send back a value of this man to the caller. Are you getting me? It will send out whatever that is here to this man. And it also used to exit a program whenever you are done coding. So it will return that value to the person that is calling it. So the reason why we are not getting this man, because we are not returning that function. Are we together? Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
the reason why we are having the issue, because we are not returning that function. That's the truth. So if we are returning the function, what should have happened here is that it's going to return that function to our code. But we are not returning it. We are not returning it. So it is very important that we return that function to our code. So for us to do that, if we come here and say print, then we'll come back here and run this code. What do you notice? Yeah? What do you notice? Nobody did you didn't notice anything?
It added the numbers together.
He added the numbers together. So just see return as a print. Are you getting me? See return as a what? As a print in a function to return that number together. To return it back, not adding it, to return that number back together. but it is not professional to use print. So we are using what we call return. Please, if you don't understand about the return, ask me a question. Let me explain it again. Just imagine that we have print. So this print now, like I told you, we'll print this particular number back. So let's call on somebody that will come and explain this now. Don't explain it. I'll crack your number. And Victor, Aja Victor. Victor.
Yes, I'm here.
Come and explain this code for us. Explain this code.
You can't just.
Yeah?
Agu, please mute your mic. Agu, mute your mic, I beg.
Aja, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, yeah, fire up.
What do you ask me to explain, sir?
Explain this code that is here. What is going on here?
Okay. What is going here is after we define the function, which is add sum. So we printed the sum 1 plus sum 2. So it gives us 30.
Why are we having that sum 1 and sum 2? What is it called? That sum 1 and sum 2. What is it? Why are we having it? Why not we leave it empty?
We are having it because
I don't understand. Find out. Yeah?
I don't know why we are having
it. Okay. One rule of a software engineer or say as a programmer, don't you write a code you don't understand. Please. Before you write any code, understand why you are writing that code. Now, if we remove this man here, right? I will pass this only this man, and then we come here to run. What are we having? Now we are having that our function takes 0 positional argument, but 2 are returned. So if you don't have anything here, there is no need of adding anything inside this. And there is no way to return anything. Now if you go and add anything here now, 1, and then you write, you will see that your function only take 0 positional argument, 1 return. So there's no way we can do calculation. Are you getting me? There's no way we can calculate anything. So the reason why we are passing this in is because we want our function to collect argument. So whatever that it says is what we call parameter. So the parameter is like a placeholder that we are putting. We are assuming that this is sum 1 and this is sum 2. Now, if we want to pass in, we want to call in our function. We are not teaching function because of we want to do models. That's why I'm sharing basic knowledge about the function. When we get to function, we will do it basic. From basic, you will understand every line of code about function. Now, here is sum 1, here is sum 2. Now, what we are doing here is to calculate that sum 2 in advance, because whatever anybody provide here, we'll calculate whatever the person provide here with this. Let's say I will assume here sum 1 is 10, sum 2 is 20. So see what is here as a placeholder. And that what is here is what we call in here. Because our function takes 2 arguments. Now, if you're passing 1 here, and I try to call this function, it will tell me my function require what? 2 positional arguments. But 1 was given. Let me close this. Close this and call here. Now you can see that. What's that? Now, good. Missing 1 require argument. Sum 2. So that means we need to pass in sum 2. It's not telling us that we need sum 1. So this 10 stand for what? Sum 1. Why these 2 stand for the 20 we are going to add now stand for what? Sum 2. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, explain this code again. Victor,
You
Aja.
mean me? Okay. You said after calling the function, which is the add sum one and sum two, the sum inside this function stands for the parameters. If we don't have the parameters and we'll come to print this sum one, sum two here, it will indicate that we are missing one argument. So it won't print out. So having this argument makes it complete and easy to print.
Good. So why do we need that two arguments of parameters? Huh? Why do we need
Why
it?
we need?
Yeah.
Okay. The two arguments. I don't know why we need it.
Who can help us? Who will help our brother Victor?
So I can try.
Okay.
Okay. In this case, we are summing two values, sum one and sum two. That's just two values. So the two values we are summing will come in as parameters.
Yes.
So on line 6, when we want to print what the function is executing, we have to pass in that two parameters we told our function that you are only going to take two parameters. So when printing it, we have to pass only two parameters too.
Good and fine. So now, exactly that. We are going to talk about functions. If you don't understand now, don't worry. This particular topic is coming, right? Probably next week. It all depends on our schema. So now, the reason why I'm adding this sum, this print, because if I didn't add it, this will not return anything. Instead of using the print, I use what we call return. I will communicating. And this is the first time of seeing this return. So Victor Aja, can you tell us why we are having this return? Why are we returning this?
Okay, sir. We are returning it so that we are returning it because we want our function to print the result of adding these two parameters, and we added this return to add them both.
Fantastic.
So in line 6, we printed it. So
fantastic.
Good.
Now you can see now we have what 30. Now if you come here and try to put any prints from this now this will not print. It's not going to work because this particular return, what it does is that two things. It returns the code and then stop the function from accepting any kind of code again. Now if I come here and print this, you can see this hello world is doing what? It's not working. Now if you move that hello world down to this place, now if you go down and then print, we run our code again, you will see that we have what? The hello. So understand that this works in two ways. It stops the code from running and then return the code back. So it means that I am done. Please give me the result of my code. I don't want to write any code again. Right? Fantastic. So when you see this anywhere, if you're in this class, if you don't know how to explain, it is what it is for you. So now we've understand the functionality of this. Now let's copy it back to our CAC. So this could have been tested. So this one will do a sum up, right? Then let also create another one. So let's create another one. Let's do something like division. Let's do something like division, right? So we are going to divide a particular number. All right, let's fire down, fire down. All right, so let's move. So now we are going to use define. We have divide sum. Then here we pass in some 1 and some 2. It can be any name at all. So here we can. So now what I want to do here will be very simple, right? I want to write a code program like if, because you can't divide 0, right? If the sum 1 is equals to 0, it should return cannot divide 0, right? So I don't want to use let's say use cannot, right? So I don't want to return, but rather I want to return the answer, right? I want to return the word the answer, right? So if you come here now, the answer, I want to return the answer. If you come here now and type print, then let's call the function. So this is what we call calling what the function. So we call the function divide sum. We add in the parameter of 0, they add the parameter of 10 of 19, right? So remember we say if sum 1 is this, then it should do what? Let's go back to, let's copy it back to our this, and then let's comment on this, and then let's call this, then let's run the function. So immediately we run the function, you notice that we are having what? We're having run because we are not returning whatever that is being calculated here. So we need to return whatever that we've calculated. So what we are going to do here is that it can either we use print, right? Print, copy this, then we run everything here, all the calculation inside the function. So it has to be inside the function. This is, look at the indentation. Don't do it outside here. If you do it outside, it's not going to work. So do it inside the word, inside the function. So if this goes to this, it should return this. So we'll now do what we call s, right? S, it should return what? Return this. You can even return the number. Let's comment on this. Let's see. You can return, and then so you can return this, right? So see what we have here. The reason why this man is not affecting them because this guy run here indentation. He only run inside the if statement. Why this one run inside the else statement? So Victor,
Sir,
explain this code for us.
Okay. In line 10, we define function divide sum, and with the parameter sum 1, sum 2. So we use the if statement, which is if sum 2 is equals to 0. The should return
I can barely hear you. My fry egg. Shall I fry egg for you so that I can hear you?
Okay, sir. I said in line 10, we define a function which is divide sum, and we'll put a parameter of sum 1, sum 2. Then in line 11, we now call the condition, which is the if statement with if sum 2 is equals to 0, it will return cannot divide by 0. Else, it will return sum 1 divided by sum 2. This is not divide. I don't know this line, sir.
Which of the line?
That's line 15.
Line what? 15.
Yeah.
You don't know what is S?
I know what X. I said you return sum 1 / sum 2. I said the The slash is what I don't know.
You don't know what the slash is. Victor, you are not be following on with class.
I've been following it up.
And you don't know what this slash is. Have you done maths like operation, mathematical operation in this class?
In this class?
No.
No, sir.
Have you done have you done mathematical operation in this class?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Victor, it's obvious you don't attend class. You don't attend
I attend
class.
class. I attend class.
I don't know if you.
He's just confused. Seeing had it been he saw numbers, he would have understood easily. He's just confused.
I think I've explained this thing before. Victor, like I told you, whatever that is here is a placeholder. Let's assume these are numbers. My God, what am I doing? Oh, let's assume these are numbers. Now, I remember what I told you before. I said, whatever that is here, or whatever that is here, let's say this can be 0, this can be 9. I've said it out with that number that these are placeholders, these are parameters, and these are arguments. Are you getting me? So when you call in the argument, here, which is can be anything at all. The argument can be anything. While parameters can be the value, let's say number. So this sum here divided by sum means that it's also the same thing with this. But do you understand this one now? Sum 1, sum 2. So sum 1 is 1, sum 2 is 19 divided by. So this is mean divided, division operation. Do you understand?
I get it, sir. I get it now, sir.
This is will return the result. Now remember we said if the sum is equals to 0, and of course sum 2 here is equal to 0, then let's return something. It's giving us 0 instead of giving us the error. So let's try to use print here.
Okay. So it's okay. 0 divided by 19 is 0.
No, we said if sum is equal to 0.
Sum 2, not sum 1.
It's doing the else line.
Okay, sum 1. Okay, sum 1. Sorry. Sum 1. What do we use here? Do we use sum 2?
Sum 2.
Okay, sum 1. Sorry. It should be sum 1.
It should be sum 2 instead.
No, sum 1, not sum 2. Because the person
Cannot
you are
divide by
dividing is
0.
sum 1. You are using sum 1 to divide sum 2. So you cannot divide 0 to 19. It's not possible.
So it's possible. Instead, dividing by 0 is not possible.
You cannot divide. Okay, it's sum 2, right?
Yes, sir. Number 11.
Yeah, it should be something.
Okay, sum 2. Yes.
Should be something.
Sum 2.
Then you change the argument.
Where?
0 and 19.
Okay, yes. Okay, you can say 10. All right, yeah. Let's change this. Good. All right. So let's run it again. You can see what we have here, right? Cannot divide 0. So that's what the result we are getting. So there's a lot you can do here. Now we can also decide to go a bit advanced on the next one. So let's copy this code and comment on it. And where's our calculation? We paste it here, right? So we paste it there. So let's do another one. Another one we are going to use inputs. We are going to use inputs to do that. So let's do subtraction. So in that subtraction, let's come to main. So I will stop by what's that called? 15. Let's say so that I can start building a project for today class. We are going to build project for today class, which I'm going to explain. So so let's call this let's define the function fraction. All right. So can you use 0 to minus any number?
Yes, sir.
0. Can you use 0 to minus 10?
The answer is minus 10. Mathematically, it's possible.
Can 0 minus 10?
Mathematically, it's possible. The answer will
You
be
get
minus 10.
negative number.
Can 10 minus 0?
Yes, sir.
Yes, now. Yes.
So
You
we
can
are
go
not
both
going
ways.
to
10
write
minus 0
any
is
query
10.
now.
10 minus 0 is 10.
Okay. All right. So we are not writing any
No condition.
what's that call it? Any
No condition.
We're not writing any validation now. We're not writing any validation here now, right? Okay. So that is it now. Let's start calling this function. So let's go here. Okay, I want to use input. So instead of using that, I want to use input. Here I'll say sum1 equals to input you can say enter sum.
So I thought the input will be out of the function since we are getting it as a parameter.
You said the input should be where?
Out of the function since we are calling it as a parameter.
No,
It cannot be out of
it
the
should
function.
be within the function. So that when we are calling the function, it will prompt us for the input.
Exactly.
And sir, let the sum1 be integer so that it can be number directly.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying.
The input should be
To enter
converted to number.
To subtract, right? So all right. So let's use the sum2. All right. So let's return this.
It's not going to work because sum1 and sum2 is string.
String. That is what I'm saying.
Okay, we are going to
Convert it to integer.
Convert it to integer, right?
Yes.
Let's try it first now.
Let's try it and see.
Okay.
We are learning, are we? All right, it's not going to work, but I know. I purposely as well leave it that way. So let's return. All right. Okay. So the reason why we're having the issue, if we run this code now, you will not work because it cannot subtract. Let's call this function and see. It cannot subtract stream to stream. Is it possible? It's not possible.
No, it's not.
So let's call the function. We are going to have an error. So they're adding us the number. Of course, we are going to write. So let me give a space here. So here to space. All right. So let me stop this and run it again. So let's have it. Let's type the number. Type the number. It will replace it number 30, 40. So you can see what we have here. Unsupported append, right? Types for ints and ints. So,
string.
what do you understand? Huh? Who don't understand this error?
We do understand.
Good. So what we need to do is to convert this to integer. We've done this several times. Int open and close. Right? Int. So the same thing with this guy too. Let me put this here. So this can resolve this error that we're having here. You can see that this red error has gone out, right? So
yeah,
good. So run this 30, 50. You can see what we have here is minus what. So you can see whatever that is here, anything can be here. But if you leave this man empty, let's see what's going to happen. You still have what? An error. So you need to pass in the argument. So it can be anything at all. So the number does not matter. Are you getting me? The number does not matter. It's just a placeholder. So when you run it, automatically it's going to replace this man. So let's say let's use let's say 10 minus 5. 5. So you are going to have 5, right? So this is working. Let's copy it and then comment on this. Let's go back to our calculation and paste this here. Let's also paste this here as well. Then it's time to start calling our
model.
Models, right? So this is our model. So inside this model, we can call it anywhere. So unlike the way we call models, you need to call it at the top. You will say import, right? If you import day, you are not going to see anything, right? You are only going to see Python models, right? Like datetime and whatnot, right? So what we are going to do is very simple. Go scroll up and then come to the top and say from, right? So we use from a right dot from the file you want to import. So from all modes, right? And what is all modes? Which is this man here. So from all modes, import. So now if you come to all mode now, let me show something. All mode, put dot. You can see that we are having inside this all mode, we are having what? Calculation, right? Is that what we are having?
Yes, sir.
Good. From all mode dot calculation. Now if you come again and type dot on this calculation dot, wait for it, you will see that we have add sum and cool. So from all modes, import what? Add sum, comma, divide sum, comma, shut up your mouth. Then we have multiply sum, comma. So now notice what we did here. Remember, we have this folder, all modes. So what we did here is to call from. Don't use import, because you use import all modes. This will not work. This will not work. I repeat, this will not work. So you have to use from. Now sometimes if you are using relative, you use dot, right? Dot.
So what do you mean by relative?
Now what I mean by relative is that if I'm writing okay, let me just show you. Now let me create another folder here. So you understand? Vice.py. So this is relative to this man. Let's say inside this man, inside here, let me comment on a particular one. So I want to copy a particular one. This. Now, I want to import this man to use it for my project. So I come to this file. What I can say is from dot, right? File, which is relative, import, what is the name? What is the name of that function? Import divide sum, right? So we come to where is that file? All right. So divide. Where is that divide file? From file. Where is it? Import from file. Let me see. Dot.
So is it like navigating through directories?
Yes, two directory now. What
That
they
means you
call?
have to use double dot.
Yes. No, not even double dot. Not even double dot.
Double
Not
dot
even double dot.
slash.
It's the same.
Is it that way?
It's the same file. It's the same relative parts, not absolute parts. It's relative parts. So you have to be just one dot. A dot import file. No, this won't work. From dot file.
So where is the module located?
The module is located here now. We are going to be located. Look at it here. It's not a
In main.
module. I'm just using this as a function. Maybe that's why I'm having this issue. But let's leave it and move ahead. So let's come back to.
Okay. So it's because it's not in a folder. If it's just a file like that, you just use import. But if it's in a folder, you can then say from the name of the folder, import
Yes.
that particular file.
Yes, import file. Yeah, import dot file. Basically, I do that a lot. I do that a lot of import here. I do a lot of import here. Maybe because okay, I'm used to from. That is why. So don't mind me. I used to from for every time from, right. Dots. Okay, let's call let's say
Divide sum.
all right. I think let
Assign it to a variable.
let's
Yes.
assign to a variable. My
Yes.
file equals to file dot it's supposed to show us now.
So is it not from main import?
No, it's not inside main now. Wait. Oh. You rubbish. From main.
From.
Yeah.
From main. I did not write from.
Okay. Not from, just import. Just import can. From if
just import main. It's
import
fine.
main.
Are we importing the file or the function in it?
The file. The file.
The file. Then we will then access the function
you have to
like a method.
From the file, then import the function.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you're making me feel like I'm a blah blue. Right. This is what. So if you are importing, you have to be from. Because you're importing it from the file. You understand? From the file. But if you don't want to use the function directly, you can come here and just do import. You can come here and say, okay, import main. So then you can you now create what we call what's it called? That's what we call it in programming. I've forgotten. So you create.
Is it not instance of the method, instance of the class?
Create the instance of the method. So I can say if
Yes.
equals to main dot divide sum. So this, you can only do this if you are not importing directly from the file. Then this automatically will give us inst, then pass into argument 10 and 30, right? Print it out. So automatically this other one becomes what? I did like my math teacher those days in school. I did all this, I didn't understand any of them did. I know some people are like that now. So where are we having problem here? Why are we having problem? We're having problem here. Argument mixing parameter. Oh, we even need to add parameter here. Sum 1, sum 2. Let's put like 10, 20. So cannot divide by 0. Another cannot divide instant float. Let's see the function.
Sir, just print instance, sir. Just print instance.
Okay, yeah. I think yeah. That's what we're going to do. Print the instance. Yeah, we'll read on it here. So this will also give us we'll print the instant. But sometimes instant listen, instant are used to access method. They are used to access method, not really printing it, but sometimes they are used to access method. There's no way we can print it because we are doing it in main. If we are going to print it in main.
Hello, sir. Sorry, why is the import main underlined?
The import main underline, I think is
that one is just is the probably is the space between.
No, not space.
Space between.
Not space. It's piling. It's a package that we did install. So if it's error, normal error, will show you right. It's a piling issue.
Okay.
Sir,
you are talking about how to access the attributes. We just put dots, but this is a method, so we call it with. This is an instance. So if the class, in this case now, the module, takes in arguments, we need to supply it at the creation of the instance.
This is not class. This is not class. We're calling instance. It's class.
Like a module now, the way we are defining it, a function.
This is a function. This is not class. It's only work for class. For me, I feel they work only for class, not for function. So this for me, if you print this may not give you result. May not give you an error. I presume so. Okay, this will not give an error. This will not give you error. This will work. But adding anything like dot here to access any of the instance will give you an error. So it's only used when we get to class. We see how to call the class of an instance. So let's leave this and go back to what we are doing. So here, so let's quickly go and import. So like we'll say from the all modules dot calc imports. You can do like import all by using what? The star. So this star asterisk here means to import all. So I can say add some, right? Let's print it out and see. Print add some. So yeah, I have 20 and 30, right? So let's quickly clear this off and then clean. So you can see that we're having what? 50. So this asterisk here means to import what? All of them, right? So you want to import everything that is here. You understand? So everything that is here. So it can, that's how to do it, import all. So another way to also do import. Now, if you comment on this, some people will say, why is it working? Then when you click on this now, you notice that you're having what? Add sum is not defined. Have you seen it? It means that we are not importing it. We are not what? Importing it. So this is how you use both Python inbuilt function, right? So if you want to import another way, if you don't want to use all, another way to use from all import cal. So inside this cal now, remember you are importing the file now, which is this is not a good practice. So don't use this. It's not a good practice. So I'm not going to use that. Now, if you want to, let me give you an example. If you want to call the function now, you can say print car dot add sum, then I will say 2030. So let me comment on this, right? Then clear this, then print. You can see I still have what 30. So the best practice, which you can see here, that I've been using in my normal, even when I'm building real world projects, is this practice, right? Where you can call in either the class or the function directly. Are we communicating? Right. So now what I'm going to do here is to use the other practice, this no. Main practice is from all, from dot all, from dot all dot cal import add sum. So this is what I've been using. Let's move this up, and then let's try to delete off this, and then we'll print. We have an issue. So now the issue I have here is that dot cal import also import error attempt relative import with unknown word parent package. So we're going to talk about this when we talk about package, but let's leave it that way. So remove this, and then this can work for you. So this is what you should be using. This is a good practice. So I can also import. To import and now I need to put comma. Then I put divide sum, comma, multi. What's they call it? Is it mod sum? Subtracts, then comma. All right. So this is it. So let's try to use print. Divide sum. So I print this. Cannot import multiple sum from. So let's confirm why we are having that issue. Okay, we don't have multiply sum, so we don't have it there. They are just giving us multiply sum. So let's remove that. All right.
Sir, disable the AI, sir.
Because why you tell me to disable it? Don't you know it's helping me? All right. So one is printing. It's printing everything. Okay. The AI want to print everything for me. This man, I don't say you message you. So let's stop that and then print it again. So you can see that they have like 4, then we're having in indentation. Okay, good. You can see the divide sum. So let's have another one, which is the subtract sum. So this is it. Let's print it out. Let's delete this. They have like 30, 20. All right. So you can see what we've been able to achieve. So let's copy all this and move to in day 4. So this is day 4. The next file is not the py. Paste this here. So let's go and drag this or this one too. So if you need access to this code, you know how to have it, Abi, you can quickly go and get it on this thing, the repo. So I can be following up.
So we don't know, so
You don't have the repo. You did not form this repo.
we forked the repo, but it's not the file we can access.
No, it's there now. Where is that repo safe? This is a repo backend. Which one be Python?
Send us the link. Send us the link, sir.
This is a repo now. Everybody fork this repo. If you fork this repo, you see that no need to send you the link. Go and check the way you fork this repo. You see all these things. Huh?
It's not there.
It's not there.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe it's enough for Kitwell.
Oh, come and buy me condom.
She will buy you condom, Abi. That will give person. That start. All right, let's fire down. All right. So, okay, good. We are going to build an app, right? So this app is called it's not an app, it's a game, right? So it's a game that is called rock paper scissors game. Who know about rock paper game? You know about rock paper?
Rock and scissors.
Yes.
Rock and scissors. Yes.
Who can somebody get a flow chart on how it works?
I've built it with JavaScript.
Okay, good and fine. Can you tell us how it works?
Okay, the computer generates a random number.
Good.
Maybe if the number is between 0 and 0.3, and you select either rock, paper, or scissors. If you select rock, then if the computer's number is between 0 and 0.3, that means it's rock. If it's 0.3 and 0.6, it is paper. If it's 0.6 and 0.9, it is scissors. So when you select your own now, maybe if you select paper, you now compare if the computer's random number is paper and yours, what you selected to is paper. If it's paper, then maybe you win or you lose each of them. And it goes like that for the other ones too.
Let's look at the rules first. Before we build it, then look at the rules. What is the name of that rule say? I think it's paper rock game. Rules, right? So let's check the rules. There's 3 rules of paper game. Let's check the AI. So look at the 3 rules here, right? So player make one of 3 signals to represent rock, paper, or scissors at the same time. So let's say rock A, right? Paper A. This rule is not quite clear. Okay, I think this will help. This will help. I'm not trying to, it's not opening. So now the rule now, I wanted to show you guys now. It started, the rock paper game is determined by three rules, right? Now one is rock win against scissor, right? While scissor win against rock, and paper wins against rock. Now what it means is that, for example, the computer generates a random number between 0 and 2, right? It generates a random number between what? 0 and what? And 2. So you can decide that if the computer if the computer chooses, let's say the user type 0, right, and the computer choose 2, at that particular point you choose 0, the computer choose 0. Now anybody that choose 0 lost. Are you getting me? And if the, for example, if the computer generates, you choose 0, right, and the computer generates 2, the computer won you. Are you getting me? So if you choose 0, for example, 0, the computer generates 2, the computer won. And now, if you as a person, a person that is playing, your choice is greater than what the computer have choose, you win. Let's say the computer choose 0, the computer generates 0, and you choose 2, you win. So now, before we do that, we're going to be giving each of our game what we call a number. So you can say number 2 is rock. So if the computer generates rock and you generate scissor, that means the rock win. So the first rule, like I told you earlier, first rule is that the rock win against scissor. So we can say scissor is 3. Are you getting me? Why the rock is 2? So if you choose any of the number between 1 and 2, we are not going to know who is 2 and who is 3. That will be done on the back end. So let's say if the computer generates rock and you choose scissor, that means you are losing. And if you choose scissor and the computer generates paper, that means you have won. So it's a very simple game. I wish this thing open so that I will show you more about how to play the game, because you need to understand how to play the game before we can build that game. So let's check any of this scissor paper game. I need to understand the rules first before I build. I need to understand the rule of the game. So this is a very simple game, very, very simple. But we need to...
I've sent the game I've built before. I sent the link of the video.
I didn't get you, sir.
I've built the game before. I've sent the link to the group chat.
Okay, let me check.
No, not on this meet.
Where is that game? Chidima. Chichi.
Sir.
Can you tell us how to do this game? Okay. Now, good and fine. So you can see what. So it means that if the computer win, explain the game organ and you design the game. Okay, sir.
I can hear you. You have those three options there. You have the hands, rock, paper, scissors. The first one is the rock, and second one paper, the last one scissors. If you select rock, the computer auto generates its own number, and if his number is between 0 and 0.3, that means he has selected paper. He has selected rock. So if both of you select rock, then your backend will decide who to win.
Okay.
If you now select paper, for example, and the computer does its own random number selection and selects scissors, that means his number is between 0.6 and 0.9. Then he wins. Your backend will determine if he wins. So you say the computer wins. So that's what this one is doing.
Okay.
So the rule is rock wins scissors, scissors wins paper, and paper wins rock. Do you understand?
Yes. You say
Exactly.
Rock wins scissors. So whoever that, assuming two people now playing the game, and one gets scissors while the other one gets rock, rock wins. Then two people playing the game, one gets scissors and the other one gets paper, scissors wins. Another one, someone else gets paper, and then the other one gets rock, paper wins. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Right.
So can you help us build that game? Chichi,
Sir?
can you help us build the game?
I have I'm thinking of let's fix it on a list. The rock, paper, scissors will be on a list. Then when we generate the random number forms as the index of the list.
Okay. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. I want us to understand how the game works. So like Chima have said, the rules of the game is that the rock can crash the scissor, right? Right?
Yes.
That means if the computer generates, let's say you enter an input, then you choose among the three options, either rock, scissor. You can use one equals to rock or scissor. Then if you put that input and the computer randomly select one of the from 1 to 3, the number you choose. So the computer doing randomly, right? Now, if the choice you enter compared to the one the computer choose, right? Now, what's going to happen is that if your computer generate 3 and 3 is rock, right? And you choose 3, what's going to happen is that nobody won, right? It's a draw game. Now, if the computer choose scissor and you choose rock, then you are the one that choose rock, won against what? The computer, right?
Yes, sir.
And the second one, if the computer choose scissors, right? Of course, and you choose paper, scissors will cut paper.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
then
sir.
The scissors do what? Win. Yeah. Now, if the computer choose paper and you choose rock, what are going to happen in this place is that paper wins, right? So what we are going to do, how do we build this project? Let's discuss. How do we build this project? I want us to understand the project before we build. How do we build this project? Where do you start from?
Having the list of the 3 items.
The 3 margins, which one is win, which one is rock, which one is paper?
Who can give us the flow charts? Because we are learning, right? Who can give us the flow chart? Chima, Chichi, Beke. Chichi.
Sir?
Alpha.
I did.
Your job.
Never chop.
Okay. So Chichi, who can give us the flow chart? Let's build this so that you'll be our project. We need to understand what we want to build. Because we don't have a flow chart. Who can try next? Who can try next?
Okay, let me
Okay,
go
the
ahead.
guy.
I think the first thing we need to do is to accept the username from the user so that we can have the name details. And I think we should create a specific um, a specific number to identify a specific number for rock, scissors, and um, paper. Then we allow the system to generate a random number and check if the number corresponds with the selected number which the user picked according to the predefined numbers we've already been saved in our variable. So we will
So
check.
should we do it? Should we do this as an assignment, or we should work on it?
Assignment.
Huh?
Assignment.
Assignment. Let's go and start.
Yes.
Okay. So that means we don't have project we are building to do.
No problem.
Yes, sir. No problem.
Okay. All right. So we'll do it an assignment. We'll add it among our assignments. I think I need to post something. Okay, let me go to the file to the form. Please, I need this project is important for me because I want to use it as the for project. So let me use this date for as okay, let's use this as the form. All right. Why it is not behaving like Python now? Oh,
The name.
okay. I think the name is contradicting with. Hmm? Okay, let me undo that. What is this?